Alright then, hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Just give me a moment please, I need to seemingly mess around with my tripod because for some reason now, YouTube will only let me stream this way. Okay, this is weird. Give me a minute guys. Sorry about this, everyone. Wasn't quite expecting this, really. Oh well, no problem. Just gotta quickly reset myself. 1 minute. Oh, this is annoying. Well then, I guess we're doing it like this now. Hi everyone. Welcome back to the channel, and today I have the Qatar Grand Prix race commentary, to which I will start in the next half an hour or so, and of course this week's AstCa News Live. Well, there's a few things to go over today. Ugh, 1 second. Namely the fact that yesterday there was a surprise announcement from LEGO, which I wasn't really expecting in the slightest, because LEGO announced that they will be launching an Animal Crossing theme. So yeah, we will now be getting Animal Crossing LEGO sets, which is honestly very surprising, but also not too surprising, as of course the LEGO Mario franchise is around, so it makes sense that one of Nintendo's other big franchises, Animal Crossing, gets a LEGO theme as well. Of course, we also have Sonic to factor in. Well, they're not Nintendo, they're Sega, but technically all the Sonic games at the moment do seem to be coming out on the Switch, as well as PlayStation and Xbox, obviously, but Nintendo do seem to have quite a lot of control over Sonic, so I'm not surprised, really, that Animal Crossing is getting a LEGO theme. It just took me a bit by surprise, really, in terms of when it was announced. But of course, that does leave Pokemon still, which is still very much in the hands of Blocks, formerly known as Mega Bloks. So they're still in control of the of the Pokemon themes, so maybe that'll make the Switch at some point? I don't know. I'm just going to try and alter my camera a bit here, guys. 1 second. This time, quite low down in the frame, and yeah, I really wasn't expecting this to happen. I'll see if I can... okay. Nope. I'll figure this out. So it looks as if we're doing it like this today. Anyway, yeah, so not much else has happened over the week. Of course, Forza Motorsport's Early Access came out a couple of days ago, which, of course, is very exciting, and the main release is coming out, well, the main release is in 2 days, so very much looking forward to that. Now, as for today's race, there's a few big bits of information I do just want to briefly go over before this all starts. Of course, last night in the sprint race, 2 massive events occurred, such as Oscar Piastri becoming a Formula 1 race winner in his rookie Formula 1 season, the first person to actually do so since Lewis Hamilton back in 2007. So that is obviously absolutely massive for Oscar Piastri and the whole McLaren team. And of course, the big one, Max Verstappen is now a 3-time world champion. Yeah, it's finally happened after what doesn't seem like a very long season. Max Verstappen is officially the 2023 world champion. Now, of course, this is going to be the tied longest season on record, but it seems to have gone by really, really quickly, which I'm quite surprised about. But yeah, Max Verstappen is officially the current world champion once again. And that'll, of course, continue on into next year until he gets maybe challenged for the 2024 title. We'll wait and see. But, of course, we still have a few races to go, such as today's in Qatar, as well as Texas in a couple of weeks, and then Mexico and Brazil, And then Vegas, which I will not be covering on stream, just a quick heads up for you guys, because it's frankly way too early on in the morning for me to cover it. And of course, we round things off once again at Abu Dhabi to finish the season. So yeah, that's a little bit of what to expect for the rest of the season. But some fairly breaking news released only about 20 minutes ago. Carlos Sainz will not be racing today because earlier on in the day he had a fuel system leak and that unfortunately hasn't managed to be fixed. So Carlos Sainz will not start the 2023 Qatar Grand Prix. Just in case you're wondering what was happening there, he's not starting the race. So, massive shame for Carlos, massive shame for Ferrari as a whole. But there is some other pretty big news coming from this weekend, namely some tyre concerns, which caused the FIA to reprofile the track limits for turns 12 and 13, which led to an extra 10-minute practice session yesterday before the sprint race qualifying for the drivers to get used to the new track limits. Now, that has also not really done too much in terms of the lap deletions for track limit violations, so they may have to consider a larger rethinking next year. And of course, there has also been a new mandate introduced for today's race, which means that every driver will have to pit for new tyres every 18 laps. So, and if they go over 18 laps on a set of tyres, they will be immediately shown the black flag, which means you're disqualified. So, every driver will have to pit at minimum every 18 laps. So that's going to make this race a mandatory 3-stop race, which could obviously break up the race quite nicely into small chunks. I believe it's going to be laps 18, 36, and if my maths is correct, 54. Please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, so that could break up the race quite nicely into a few different chunks. Now, unfortunately, I haven't been able to calculate the estimated race time this week, as there's no lap record being shown. So this race, I'm going to suspect, will take about an hour and a half-ish, such as the other races from this season. So between an hour and a half and an hour and 15. So it shouldn't be too long a race, provided everything goes to plan. Of course, last night it did not. On a few occasions, such as when Esteban Ocon, Nico Hülkenberg, and Sergio Perez went 3 into 1, and as we know, 3 into 1 does not go, and Sergio Perez crashed, which effectively handed Max Verstappen the championship. So, yeah. So, technically, Max Verstappen basically won the championship on lap 11 of the sprint race, which no doubt hurt Sergio Perez like hell. So, yeah. But I do want to talk about something else. Now, we probably all know what's coming. Lance Stroll. Yeah, as we know, on Friday he had a pretty abysmal day. And then, as he got out of his car, he appeared to do a quite hard shove on his personal trainer, which has led to a lot of backlash from the F1 fan community. So yeah, that's happened. He has issued a statement since apologising for his actions. And then, of course, he gave a very, very short interview after said incident, saying, frankly, next to nothing. Yeah, so he was not a very happy man on Friday. Can't imagine he was too happy yesterday either, to be honest, because yesterday wasn't exactly great for him either. So yeah, Lance Stroll might be feeling a bit of pressure right now, because of course, as we know this season, he has been quite convincingly beaten by his teammate Fernando Alonso in almost every measurable sense. So I can definitely understand him being frustrated, but in my opinion, that is no excuse to push one of your personal people. Like, he was his personal trainer, that is no excuse to do that at all. But I can understand his frustration, but there is just simply no excuse for what he did, in my opinion. And frankly, I can tell that opinion is shared by a lot of the F1 fan community. So it was a bit disappointing to see that, really. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how he progresses through the rest of the season, if he improves or if he doesn't. But yeah, not too much else to report from this weekend, really, other than the fact that Max Verstappen is champion once again, making him a 3-time champion, joining an absolute pantheon of 3-time world champions, such as his father-in-law, Nelson Piquet, the legendary Ayrton Senna, and more. So he has joined a very good list of drivers there in the 3-time champion camp. But yeah, we're now about 20 minutes away from the restart. Well, from the race start, not the restart. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, we're now about 20 minutes away from the race start. So I'll tune in a few minutes to see what's going on track. So yeah, just to recap, Max Verstappen is already world champion. Carlos Sainz will not be starting this race. And Oscar Piastri will start this race as an F1 race winner. And again, just to point out, this is the first time a rookie has won a race in that debut season since Lewis Hamilton 16 years ago. That is phenomenal, right? Like, I'm not the only one who's thinking that is absolutely stellar, considering that the only other person to beat Red Bull this year is somebody who isn't starting the race today, Carlos Sainz. Like, that is nuts. A rookie has beaten Max Verstappen when the only other person who has in this year is not starting the race today. That is insane. So, obviously, big congrats there to Oscar Piastri. I'm sure the whole McLaren team is absolutely chuffed beyond belief for that, because that is obviously very big, as it's been now 2 years since McLaren's last win with Daniel Ricciardo in 2021 at Monza, when Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen both crashed each other out. Now, speaking of Lewis Hamilton, he's at the sharp end of the grid today. He is in P3, right behind Max Verstappen, and in second place is his teammate George Russell. Yeah, so Max Verstappen has both Mercedes to worry about on the starting line today, which could make things quite stressful for him. Yeah, obviously he hasn't got too much to worry about now, as he has wrapped up the Drivers' Championship by gaining more than 3 points last night in the sprint race, which is what he needed. He needed to score 3 points just to win it. He didn't need to score 3 points more than anyone else, just score 3 points, so he had a pretty easy time last night. So yeah, Max Verstappen realistically doesn't have anything to worry about today, but I'm sure he won't just give up now that he's won the championship. He's definitely going to try and push through the rest of the season and get as many wins as he can, if not the rest of them. And obviously that'll be a huge achievement, winning all races but one, again, the outlier there being Singapore, thanks to Carlos Sainz, and Oscar Piastri with the sprint race, but in terms of Grand Prix, he has only lost the one in Singapore, which is absolutely immense. So, yeah, big congratulations to Red Bull, big congratulations to Max Verstappen on winning both the Drivers' and Constructors' Championships in successive races. Remember, Red Bull won the Constructors last time out in Japan, and, of course, Max has won the Drivers last night here in Qatar. So yeah, big congrats to Red Bull, big congrats to Max, and guess we get ready for next year now, slowly. Of course, we've still got a few races left to go this season, as I said. Tonight at Qatar, Texas, Mexico, then Brazil, and then Vegas, and then it's off to Abu Dhabi to end the season, as we always do. Well, have done for the last few years, anyway. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to these last few races now, of course. The championship is wrapped up, but the places behind Max Verstappen are not. And actually, Lewis Hamilton is closing in on Sergio Perez in second, so if Perez carries on the way he is, not great, Lewis Hamilton could come second. Yeah, and this would be the first time that second place in the championship has got second place in the championship without winning a race. The last time was Swedish driver, I think, Ronnie Peterson, back in 1970. 1978? Yeah, so Ronnie Peterson back in 1978 was the last person to get second place in the Drivers' Championship without winning a single race that season. Anyway, I'm just going to hop on and see what's going on track. 1 second, please. Okay. Now, I'm just going to tune in and see what's going on. Okay, we've got an interview here with George Russell briefly, talking about the three stop that will have to be done. Okay, and here comes the national anthem of Qatar. Well, in a second anyway. Just seeing a quick interview with Mo Farah, actually, which is pretty cool. Yeah, very glad to see Mo Farah here. Not someone we see at F1 races. I think this might actually be his first one. But yes, now we're about to get the performance of the Qatar national anthem today, so in a moment I will shut up and let that happen. I'm just gutted for Carlos Sainz not racing, really. That's a bit of a shame, but hey, it happens sometimes. You just get unlucky and your car fails before the race even starts. Youch. And here we are, the national anthem of Qatar. And that was a fantastic rendition of the Qatar national anthem by the Qatar Philharmonic Orchestra. Ugh. And it is incredibly warm at the track, so much so that during the national anthem, Lewis Hamilton did have an electric fan on him during that, and honestly I can't blame him because from what I've seen the track is blisteringly hot, so much so that they are concerned about the tyres, hence the mandatory 3-stop race that's about to happen. Which again, I think will break up the race quite nicely, kind of be similar to, I'm not going to get crucified for saying this, but going to be similar to that of NASCAR stages, you know. They used to do races all in one go, so like 200 laps of the Daytona 500 would be completed in one hit. Now they've split it up. I'm not sure what the split is, but I do think this will break up the race quite nicely, having 3 mandatory pit stops. So, just to remind you, those should be on lap 18, lap 36, and if my math is correct, lap 54. and that would leave 3 laps to the, well, 4 laps to the, well, 3 or 4 laps to the end. It's a 57-lap race, so yeah, I wasn't able to calculate the average time, well, how long this race should go on for, because there was no fastest lap record, so that's very annoying, but yeah. So this race should be between an hour and 10 and an hour and a half, as usual, pretty much. So yeah. Very much looking forward to this one. Of course, as I said, the championship is now wrapped up thanks to the sprint race last night with Max Verstappen not quite winning, but Oscar Piastri taking the win, but Max scoring enough points to secure the championship. Of course, the drivers tonight have their cooling vests on, because again, Qatar is an incredibly hot country, even in the dead of night, which it is right now. It's pitch black out there, because of course Qatar is one of the few night races of the season. The night races generally are in the Middle East, so Jeddah is Saudi Arabia. The Bahrain Grand Prix, I think, is a night race. I can't remember. And of course, Abu Dhabi will be a night race as well. Okay, we're about 8.5 minutes away from the race start now, so very exciting times, people. Race start's always a fun one. Hopefully, this race start should be quite a clean one. I'm hoping this race start is going to be a clean one, because we know yesterday in the sprint race was a bit... the sprint race start yesterday was a little bit messy, so hopefully today they are able to get away cleanly. Now that Carlos has dropped out of the race, I'm not sure what that does to the positions. I'm pretty sure he qualified in 12th, so that should, well, pull everybody up one place. So that should pull everyone up a place. So we'll have to wait and see. So I think, obviously, whoever's last will be now 19th. Still last, but... See, I think everyone from 12th and under will be pulled up a place, because Carlos is no longer racing today, which, again, is a shame for Ferrari and for Carlos, but it happens sometimes. Not everything goes to plan, and you're not able to start the race, which definitely sucks, but hey, it happens. Ugh. God. Okay, so we're in the back end of the season now. Again, 6 races to go, but after tonight, 5, so not much to go. And then the long drawn-out wait until next season, which I believe starts in February, as next year they are aiming for a 24-race calendar, which is ambitious, because of course they weren't able to get that this year, but hopefully next year they are able to secure the 24. Of course, China is back on the calendar after relaxing their COVID restrictions this year, and of course, hopefully Emilia-Romagna, Imola, won't flood again. So, in theory, we should be okay this time. We should be okay for a 24-race calendar this year. Okay, should be F1 intro time in a moment. So yeah, the races from now on don't matter too much, because of course the championships are wrapped up, but there is of course everyone behind Max Verstappen to sort out still, so Sergio Perez is under very looming threat from Lewis Hamilton. Could Lewis Hamilton overtake him? Potentially. Like, Perez's form has kind of dropped off again, so that is going to put him at very big risk of losing second place in the championship, which would mean that Red Bull don't get 1-2 in the championship, which would be the first time in their history. Yep. Back when Sebastian Vettel was winning those championships, he didn't get a single 1-2 with his teammate Mark Webber. And so far, with Max's championships, he hasn't scored one with Sergio Perez. So, potentially, Red Bull may miss out on that again should Perez's current lackluster form continue. So, we'll have to wait and see how that particular battle goes over the final few races. But again, just a reminder, I'm not covering Las Vegas as that is on at 6 o'clock in the morning, and my health just can't cope with that, really. So yeah, won't be covering Las Vegas, but I will be covering Texas, Brazil, Mexico, and Abu Dhabi, as well as today. So yeah, F1 intro time in a moment, and then we'll be getting ready to go. But of course, as I ask you all usually, who's going to win today, who's going to finish in the points, who's going to not finish, and who's going to finish outside of the points, and do you think there'll be any red flags, yellow flags, safety cars, virtual safety cars? What do you think about what's going to happen today? Anyway, F1 intro time. Okay, now I've got the track info. Right. And let's not forget, this is only the second race in Qatar, because last year had to be skipped because of the Football World Cup, taking place around the same time as the Qatar Grand Prix would have taken place. Right. Okay, so we have the lap record is 1 minute 23.196 by Max Verstappen. 57 laps, as I said. So this race should again be about an hour and a half, roughly. 16 turns. And now we're just seeing some notable moments from 2021, admittedly. And maybe even a couple from last night. We'll wait and see. And Daniel Ricciardo is targeting a return next time out at Texas. So, wait and see how that goes. He still has 2 weeks, because no, there isn't a race next weekend. Just heads up for you all. So there's no race next weekend, but Texas will be on in 2 weeks' time. Now we have the tyre compounds for today. The C1, C2 and C3, almost the hardest in the Pirelli range, but not anymore thanks to the C0 tyre, which hasn't been used too much, I've got to be honest. And now we have the starting grid for today. Zhou Guanyu in 19th, and Sergio Perez is getting a pit lane start. Okay. Liam Lawson's in 17th, and Ken Magnussen's down in 18th. And then we have 16th is Lance Stroll with 15th Logan Sargent. And then we have 14th Nico Hülkenberg and Alex Albon's in 13th. And then we have Yuki Tsunoda in 11th only, because there's no Carlos Sainz anymore. Then we have Lando Norris in 10th, Valtteri Bottas in 9th. And then we've got Esteban Ocon in 8th and Pierre Gasly in 7th. So that's an all-Alpine 4th row. And then we have Oscar Piastri in 6th and Charles Leclerc in 5th. And then we have Lewis Hamilton in 3rd and Fernando Alonso down in 4th. And lastly, we have George Russell in 2nd and Max Verstappen in 1st. So, this could be quite an interesting race, I think. A lot of drivers really where they should be, so this could be quite an easy race for a lot of drivers, but we'll wait and see. But yeah, just a reminder, 3 mandatory stops for today, so there's not going to be any tyre strategies as such today, which is a shame. But, well. So I'm just going to move my tripod around. Ooh. Oh. That's better. You can see me a little bit clearer and, well, a little bit better now because I'm not so low down on the camera. Yeah, I'm not sure what YouTube's done here with the whole vertical streaming. I'll try and figure out for next time. But today, we've got me in portrait, which is a shame, but oh well, it happens. Right. Okay. We're not too far now from the race start. In fact, the formation lap should be underway right now. Perfect. Okay, so the formation lap is underway. Which means that in the next minute or two, we should be getting lights out and we'll be off for the Qatar Grand Prix. Okay, the last few cars are leaving the grid now. Again, no car loss signs. There's only 19 drivers on the grid right now. Now we've got mediums for everybody, but Hamilton, Bottas, Lawson, Magnussen, and Perez, who are on softs, except for Perez, who is on hard tyres at the back. And everyone else is on mediums. Okay. Now, so maximum 18 laps before a tyre change, which could make things quite interesting in terms of overtakes. Like, there could be a lot of overtakes in the pits potentially today, so as mad as this is going to sound, keep an eye on the pit stops, and I'm going to have some fun covering each of the pit stop times. All this is going to be a challenge, but hey, it's going to be fun. Ooh, all 20 drivers, all 19 drivers coming in at the same time for a pit stop. Ooh. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Right. Oh, the feed is frozen. That's not exactly ideal. Oh dear. Okay, let's see if I can get it back. 1 second, guys. Okay. Okay, and we're back. We're good. Okay, and here comes Max Verstappen, rounding the final bend, ready to take his place on the grid. And this weekend has been sold out. 120,000 people in attendance across the weekend, which is absolutely mental. Yeah, that's completely nuts. Okay, and let's not forget that Sergio Perez is starting from the pit lane, so he will not be on the grid. So there's only 18 drivers out on the grid, really. Of course, that stricken Ferrari is still in the garage. Will not be going out because there's a fuel issue. Well, I say fuel issue, the fuel's leaking, so that's not going to work. So they've withdrawn Carlos Sainz from the race. Okay. Fernando Alonso's ready to go, it seems. Okay. Okay. Now the last 2 drivers are pulling up into the grid, and we're getting the green flag. And we're about to get going for the race. Any second now. And we're off for the 2023 Qatar Grand Prix. Okay. Oh, the Mercedes are catching up to that Red Bull very quickly. Must be said. Ah! And Off goes a Mercedes, and it's Lewis Hamilton. And it looks as if he has lost his right rear tyre. So that is immediately Lewis Hamilton out of the Qatar Grand Prix. That was very quick. Okay. So that will not help Lewis Hamilton's attempts to catch up to Sergio Perez in second place in the championship at all. Okay, that was... Oh, that was nasty. Okay, and George Russell's got some damage as well, it seems. Oh, dear me. Eey, that was quick. Whew. Yep, safety car. Well, that's... Ooh, that was very unexpected. Okay. Looks... Yep, Lewis Hamilton is out of the race. Yep, and that is Lewis Hamilton's right rear tyre. Completely ripped off. Okay, that was unexpected as hell. Well then, that was over pretty quickly for Lewis Hamilton. Also, sorry about the scream, it just took me really by surprise. Woof! Did not see that coming. Okay, and here comes George Russell for his first pit stop. Okay. Oof. Well then, that was, unexpected to say the least. Oof. Okay, just seeing a replay of the crash here. Okay. And both Mercedes drivers incredibly unhappy with the other. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Okay. Absolute disaster there from Mercedes. Ugh. Okay, that was awfully unexpected. Well, and that's one Mercedes out of the race, I guess. Okay. Well, that was... Whew. That was so weird. That was mental. Well then. Okay, still under the safety car on lap 4. Oof. Well then. Now we've got a load of pit stops happening. Bottas 3.1 seconds. Magnussen will be Stroll will be a 2.5. Magnussen 2.6 seconds. Lawson 3.2. Okay. Right. Well then, that was an explosive start to this. Huh. Okay then. Safety car is ending. Well, that's just made Mercedes claiming the second place in the championship a lot harder. Well then. Did not see that coming. Jeez. Okay, and the safety car is now over. And Verstappen's back underway. Okay. Okay, Charles Leclerc's, wow, up into 4th. Jeez, that was a quick change. Okay. Also, guys, as I've been doing the last few races, I will sign off at the checkered flag rather than the end of the podium ceremony. So yeah, I'll be signing off after the checkered flag. Just heads up for you all. Okay, lap 5 now. Not much happening at the moment. Oh. Well then, now on to the rest of the race. Oh, and Williams has now secured, at the moment, a 10 and 11. So that is one driver in the points and one driver not. So that is a very good start for them. Okay, now we've got a battle between Sonoda and Hulkenberg, actually. Okay. Okay, oh, and Nico Hulkenberg may have been out of place on the grid. Oh dear. Okay, now we've got George Russell up into 13th. Yeah, he dropped back a bit during his pit stop. 1 minute 30.273 for Max Verstappen, new fastest lap. And Nico Hulkenberg has a 10-second penalty for not quite being in the right place on the grid. Oh dear. Oh. He was in Carlos Sainz's grid slot. Oops. Right. Oh, Oscar Piastri's got the fastest lap now. 1 minute 29.328 seconds. Oof. Okay. Now we're on to lap 7. George Russell on an absolute mission to climb his way back up the grid. Currently in 13th, still chasing after Zhou Guanyu in the Alfa Romeo. Okay. Oh, now got an incident there from Fernando Alonso. Oh, new fastest lap from Verstappen, 1 minute 29.038 seconds. 0.083 seconds, sorry. Okay. Now, Oscar Piastri is starting to slip back from Max Verstappen ever so slightly. Only a 1.4 second gap though, so he's definitely maintaining a better gap than other drivers have throughout the season with Max Verstappen. So Oscar could potentially be in contention for the win here, but we'll wait and see. Of course, Fernando Alonso is only 2.7 seconds behind Piastri. Oh no, that's behind Alonso. Behind Piastri. So that's behind Verstappen. So that's only a 1.2 second gap to Piastri there. Okay. Okay. Now we're on to lap 9, soon to be lap 10. and here comes George Russell overtaking Logan Sargent, so that's him up into P11 now. Okay. Oh, that was... Okay, now we've got Alex Albon chasing down Yuki Tsunoda there. Okay. Okay. Oh, now we've got George Russell overtaking someone for P10. I don't know who, but there's been something that's happened. Oh, Yuki Tsunoda's come down into the pits. That's why. Right, okay. There we go. That makes sense now. Okay, lap 10 now. We've got Perez chasing down Zhou Guanyu for 12th. Okay. Okay, lap 11 now. So the first pits should be coming in pretty soon. Oh, Ocon's in the pits. Okay, then. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Max needs to pit no later than lap 17, so that'll be the next few laps for him, because we're on lap 11 now. No, lap 12, sorry. Oh, and this is Fernando Alonso coming in. Okay, Leclerc's coming in as well. Okay, so looks as if not everyone's going to be pitting at the same time, but It's going to be some similar pit stop times for everyone. Okay. Oh, and Liam Lawson has had a black and white flag for track limits. Okay, that was a bit of a slow stop for Piastri there. 3.1 and Leclerc at 2.6. Okay, that's not too bad actually. But that is a fairly slowish stop, to be honest. Ooh. Okay. And this puts Piastri down into 13th and Leclerc down to 14th, okay? And Lando Norris has been told to pit now as well. And that is Fernando Alonso ahead of Charles Leclerc, chasing down Oscar Piastri now. Oof. Okay. Okay, Max Verstappen's got a new fastest lap, 1 minute 29.015 seconds, and here comes Lando Norris for his pit stop. 3.4 second for 2.5 second for Lando Norris there. Okay, now Nico Hülkenberg serving his 10-second penalty, so it'll be a 14.1 second stop for Hülkenberg there. Woof! Okay, and here comes George Russell into the pits. Okay, and this is a 2.6 second stop for Russell. Okay. Lando Norris radio there. Okay, we're on lap 15 now. Whoops, accidentally went off the race. My bad. Oops. Okay, and here comes Oscar Piastri doing an overtake in 7th place. Okay, lap 16. Okay. Okay, and Max Verstappen radio. Okay, lap 17, and here comes Charles Leclerc overtaking Kevin Magnussen for 9th, sorry. Okay, and that is a 2.1 second stop for Verstappen. Ugh. And Alex Albon, while Max Verstappen's in the pits, takes the lead of the race. Okay. Here comes Sergio Perez for his stop. That was a 2.1 second stop. The timer went off just as the time showed up. Okay, and Albon has now been told to pit as well, so Verstappen will be back in the lead. Okay, so Albon led for not very long, but he has led a race. Whew, that was a mental first 18 laps. Good grief. Oh, and Lance Stroll's been told to let Fernando Alonso past. Okay, because he's on a different strategy. Okay, and here comes Alex Albon into the pits. And that was a 3.4 second stop for Alex Albon then. And a 2.7 second stop for Zhou, I think. Okay. Oh, one of my lights nearly fell over, but I caught it. Okay. So that's Fernando Alonso up into 4th and Lance Stroll down into 5th. And there's Lando Norris casually overtaking Charles Leclerc. Well, I suppose take advantage of the home straight DRS. Well, the pit straight DRS anyway. Oh, and there's George Russell overtaking. I'm not one of the Hasses for P10. Not sure who. It was Kevin Magnussen. Okay then. Okay, on to lap 20 now. Now, Verstappen now has a 7.5 second gap to Piastri, so that gap has increased quite massively even. Okay, just an interview from Lewis Hamilton. He is ready to take the blame for that incident because, yes, it was on him, really. He did turn into George Russell quite aggressively, and, of course, that did not end well for Lewis Hamilton, so he is very ready to take blame for that. Lap 21 now. Okay, oh, and George Russell has gone off track, which will probably lead to a lap time deletion due to track limits, I'd imagine. But now he is chasing down Pierre Gasly for 9th place, and then probably Esteban Ocon for 8th. Okay. Okay. Right, okay. So Pierre Gasly did squeeze out George Russell there on the track. Right, okay. Oh, George Russell radio. Okay, and here comes Lance Stroll into the pits. Okay. Lap 22, 2.4 second stop for Stroll. This will be a 3.1 second stop for Magnussen, and for Lawson, a 3 second stop. Okay, not bad there, to be honest. Okay, and that's the fastest lap for Lando Norris. Wow, okay. Couldn't see... Oh, 1 minute 27.741. Woof! That is very quick lap from Lando Norris. Oh, and I've got another fastest lap from Sergio Perez. 1 minute 27.412 seconds. Woof! These laps are getting quicker and quicker now. Okay. Now, I'm not sure what lap we're on. Oh, lap 24. The picture went really fuzzy and has been going for a while now, so hopefully it's able to stay stable for a while longer. Lap 24, so we're approaching half race distance, but we're not quite there yet. Sergio Perez there, fastest lap. 1 minute 27.687 seconds. Okay, now I've got another black and white flag for Sergio Perez as well as Alex Albon. And there's another fastest lap for Lando Norris. Don't know what the time is though, unfortunately. Oh, Lando Norris' time is a 1 minute 27.741 seconds. Okay. And George Russell has passed Pierre Gasly, but not Esteban Ocon. Not far behind though, so it shouldn't be too long before that overtake attempt is on. Now Piastri's been told to pit for his pit stop. Okay, and there's Alpine getting ready for a pit stop. And there's Oscar Piastri coming in for his pit stop. With McLaren. Okay, Piastri's stop was a 2.1 second stop. Charles Leclerc's will be a 2.3 second stop, and then Esteban Ocon's is going to be a 3 second stop. Okay, so that puts George Russell up into 4th currently. Woof. Okay. Okay, Alonso radio. Okay. Fernando Alonso's getting very hot in his car, so keep an eye on that, I suppose. Okay, lap 27. Fernando Alonso's coming into the pits. Oh. George Russell, fastest lap. Okay, Fernando Alonso and Pierre Gasly are in the pits. Sergio Perez is under investigation for track limits. 2.3 second stop for Alonso, and a very slow stop for Gasly. 4 seconds. Okay. George Russell is a 1 minute 27.114 second fastest lap. Okay. Logan Sargent's coming into the pits as well. And his stop's going to be a... Sergio Perez has a penalty. 3.3 second stop for Logan Sargent, and a 5 second penalty for Perez. Okay. Okay, Lando Norris is in the pits now. Okay, and Lando Norris's stop was a 1.8 second stop. Damn! I think that means they've got the fastest pit stop. Huh! Of the season. I mean... Oh, now we've got Nico Hülkenberg in the pits. And his stop will be... we're about to find out. Oh, no we're not. The graphics gone. Okay. Okay. Oscar Piastri is trying to overtake Alex Albon here. Okay. This could be a battle and a half. Okay, lap 29, so we're officially half race distance, basically. Okay. And here comes Oscar Piastri, overtaking Alex Albon at long last. He's done it. Okay. Okay. And Max Verstappen is probably on the verge of breaking another record of Sebastian Vettel's most laps led in the season, which is currently 739. Okay, fastest lap for Piastri, 1 minute 27.044 seconds. Okay. Okay, Max Verstappen's next pit stop will be no later than lap 34. Okay. Oh, Verstappen radio. Okay, Lando Norris, another fastest lap. 1 minute 26.216 seconds. Woof. Okay. And here comes Charles Leclerc to try and overtake Lance Stroll, and it looks as if he gets the job done, at least for the moment. Okay. So that's Charles Leclerc up into 10th, and in the points. Okay. And here comes Perez into the pits again. Oh. Yep. And there's Perez's pounds being served. And that was a 7.8 second stop for Perez there, and a 3 second stop for Albon there. Okay. Right. And it looks as if Sonoda's going to try and overtake Alex Albon, or at least stay in front of him. Oh! Yep. And he overtakes Alex Albon. Wow! Okay. Oh, and here comes George Russell into the pits as well. Okay, 2.6 second stop for Russell there. Fastest lap, Lando Norris. 1 minute 25.948 seconds. Oh, and that's a yellow flag in Sector 1 for Fernando Alonso, but he's... Oh. And he's back on track, though. Okay. That didn't last long. That was weird. Oh. And Max Verstappen's been told to pit again. Okay, what happened to Fernando Alonso here? Oh, he had a... Right. Snap of understeer. Right, okay. Right. Okay, and Verstappen's in the pits now. Lap 35 now. .5 second stop there for Max Verstappen. Oh, heck, oh. Sorry, guys. Accident. Whew. And there's George Russell back up into fourth. Okay, it would appear that Logan Sargent is about to be taken unwell. He's overheating. Okay, Logan Sargent himself is overheating. Not his Williams, him. He is overheating. Okay, that's not good. And James Vowles, the team principal of Williams, has just confirmed that he has thrown up in his helmet. So he has been sick, which is absolutely not good. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised if he retires very soon. Oh. Okay, now we're on to lap 36. New fastest lap for George Russell. Couldn't catch the time though, unfortunately. Okay, lap 37 now. Okay, and lap 39 will signify 18 laps to the end, so if anyone decides to pit on lap 39, they could potentially finish the race on them on those tyres. So wait and see if anyone does come in on 39, which is the next lap, by the way. Okay, and Sergio Perez is again under track limits. Okay, so he's under which will mean a 10-second penalty, I believe. Okay, lap 39 now, so anyone who pits now can finish the race on their tyres if they do pit. Oh, Sergio Perez radio. Right. Sergio Perez has had another 5-second penalty. Okay. And just a reminder for you all, I'll be signing off after the race finishes and not after the podium ceremony. So as soon as lap 57's over, I'll be signing this off. So yeah, nothing's happening at the moment really, which is a bit of a shame. But, oh well. Okay, lap 40. Okay. Got quite a few drivers coming into the pits now. Okay, Logan Sargent radio again. Okay, and Logan Sargent is coming in. He's retiring. Yeah, fair play for him for lasting so long, but no. Just can't do it. Perez penalty. Yep, 5 seconds. Again. Okay, lap 42. And Lando Norris can pit no later than lap 45. So, 3 more laps and Lando's coming in for a pit as well. And there's Logan Sargent being wheeled off into the pits. Yeah, he's done. Okay, 15 laps to go now. So we've now lost Logan Sargent, Lewis Hamilton, and Carlos Sainz again for the race start because he had a fuel leak. Okay. Lance Stroll's getting a 5-second penalty too because of track limits. Okay, and that's Piastri stop done with a 2.0 second stop. Yep. Okay. Okay, and that's 2.1 second stop for Leclerc. And there's a 7.9 second stop for Perez after another 5-second penalty. Ugh. Okay, now we've got a Norris pit stop. .1 second stop there for Norris. Okay, that's pretty good. And here comes Fernando Alonso for a pit stop as well. Oof. And Gasly for a pit stop. Okay. 2.3 second stop for Alonso, and that is going to be a it's going to be a 9-second stop for Gasly, probably due to a time penalty again, I think. Albon's in the pits as well. Okay, lap 46 now, so 12 laps to go. Okay. Logan Sargent getting out of the car very slowly, admittedly. Oof. Okay, that's Piastri fastest lap. 1 minute 25.353 seconds, okay. Okay, 10 laps to go now. Well, 9 actually. Well, no, yeah, 10. Okay, Lando Norris radio. Okay, Pierre Gasly stop. This was actually quite a slow stop, so let's see what happened here. This was the penalty. Alex Albon penalty. 5 seconds, yep. Nope, Irish radio. Okay. Oh, Alex Albon's penalty, yep, quite clear track limits violation. Okay, next lap will be George Russell's last pit stop. Anyway guys, just want to say this now because we're on the last few laps. Thank you all for joining me on the stream. If you've liked it, please click the like button, then the sub button to get my notifications, and Roxanne's, because her link's going to be in the description for her channel. And then, of course, as I said, click the bell icons to get our notifications. Comment as well, because why the heck not? Let me know what you thought about the AstCa news, if there's anything I missed. What you thought of this race, about Lewis Hamilton's crash with Russell, what you thought about the mandatory pit stops as well, because this has been interesting. And, of course, please follow me on all my social medias. They'll be down in the link tree in the description below. Of course, below will be Roxanne's website and her YouTube channel. And lastly, please do share the stream with all your friends. Take you on the infinite loop of liking, subscribing, commenting, following, and sharing, and around and around and around that loop. And I will see you for these last few laps, and then tomorrow with another video. Now we're on to lap 50. And it looks as if George Russell's struggling with the heat as well, as he was lifting up his hands to get some air in them, and in the pit stop, lifted up his visor to try and get some air in. Okay. Okay. Logan Sargent does now seem to be okay, but of course will not be rejoining the race, for obvious reasons. George Russell pit stop. Yep, got his visor up. 2.5 second stop there for Russell. Verstappen radio. Oh, Verstappen pit stop is about to be. Okay, here comes Verstappen into the pits again. And his stop is going to be a slow one, to be honest. A 4.1 second stop. That's really slow for Red Bull. Especially when it comes to a Verstappen pit stop. Okay. Verstappen's front left tyre wasn't coming off. Okay, just a couple minutes left on this race now with the last lap. Oh, Lando Norris slightly lifting up his visor to get some air in. Lap 52 now, so not long left, about 5-ish minutes, I'd reckon. Maybe. Okay, and here's Pierre Gasly overtaking Lance Stroll for P10. Though he may have to give it back because he did say overtake off track. Right. 5 laps go now. Okay, and that's Zhou Guanyu in the pits for the final pit stop of the race, it seems. And not just for him, the last pit stop. Okay, okay, now there's an incident being investigated between Gasly and Stroll for the overtaking off the track thing. Okay. Seen a replay of Perez and Stroll here and Gasly, which was quite interesting and terrifying to see, because we know how that went yesterday. Oh, and Stroll penalty. 5 seconds, no doubt, yep. Okay, lap 55 now. Okay, and Piastri currently is leading the driver of the day vote, which honestly, yeah, that makes sense. Oh. Okay. Should be lap 56 in a second. Okay. And Gasly went off track again to try and overtake on Perez. Oh dear. Okay. Okay, and that's a black and white flag for George Russell with track limits. And now we're on the last lap. And this will be Max Verstappen's 14th consecutive win from pole position, which is another F1 record that he's about to break, which is insane. Okay, and here comes Max Verstappen to win the Qatar Grand Prix. Yet another win on his belt for this season. And that's going to do it for the stream, so I will see you all tomorrow with another video. And next weekend with another stream, but not a race stream, because there's not one on. But the AstCa episode 100, hopefully. So with that, I will say, bye everyone!